I'm Serge from SkyComp, and today we're going to talk about taking polls and setting up polls in Microsoft Teams. This is a pretty handy feature to take a quick poll to poll the group on a yes/no question or a multiple choice answer, but setting that up takes a little bit of prep work to do ahead of time. So that's what I'm going to walk you through today. The first thing you want to do is make sure your Microsoft Teams is set up to do polls. You're going to want to do this before you've started your meeting, and there's an easy way to see if you're ready for polls. If you go into a chat window and just click a chat with anybody you have on your team, down at the bottom, your bunch of icons that you have below the text, you should have a Microsoft Forms. And since we don't have a Microsoft Forms option, we know that this install of Teams is not set up for forms. So that's very easy to do. We want to go to the left-hand side and click the three dots. That will come up, and here's where we can install apps and extensions into Microsoft Teams. So let's just search for Forms. And there we go. It comes up. We click Add. And we don't want to create a form or a survey right now, so we can just click X and exit out of that. But we'll notice an important change. Down at the bottom now, we have this icon, Forms. So whenever we want to do a forms or a quick poll in the text window, we can simply click that button. Up comes this poll. It'll give some suggestions. I can click here, Add All. Next, and send. We submit that form and it submits to the text window. So that's confirmed that your Teams and Forms is ready to go. So now we're going to jump into hosting a meeting, and again, you're going to want to do this step and have Microsoft Forms added before your meeting so that during your meeting you can do this quickly. So we're in a Teams meeting here, and the way you do a form or a poll, again, is through the chat window. We have our team set up so that our meetings will pop out to a separate window. So that makes polls a little bit trickier. We'll notice as the host, I go in and I don't have the little forms icon down here. And what's a little bit not intuitive, and there's a few different ways to do this. If I come over to my regular chat window, I also don't see the meeting that I'm in. So a little cheat that I use, if you end up typing anything in the chat window inside of your meeting, I'm just going to type test. If I jump over to my full Teams application, now this meeting appears. There's multiple ways to do this. This is the way that I've found easiest and quick, and then I don't have to worry about it. Your visitors or people that are in your Teams meeting don't have to worry about this step. This is just going to be for you as the organizer. So now I can type in my regular Teams chat into that meeting that I'm hosting. And I can see down here, I have forms. So I'm going to quickly pull this up. And is this helpful? It's giving a suggestion. So let's do yes, no, and maybe. Next, and send. So now we can see me as the host. I can see in the chat window this poll came up. And if I jump over to the user that's connected to this, I'm going to click these pop-up boxes here. They see this poll. They don't need to have Microsoft Forms installed, so this is only the organizer that needs to do the forms ahead of time. This will work fine for people attending with just the default Teams client. And here, they'll be able to pick their answer, submit their vote, and we'll get tabulation. We can see now on our host side, we can see one person's responded yes, zero's responded no, zero's responded maybe, and we have one response. So this, as the meeting organizer, you'll know how many people are in the meeting, how many responses you've seen to get a good idea of the response rate and see who's responded and the percentages for each. So there's a quick demo on how to do a quick poll, how to set it up ahead of time and how to run the poll while you're hosting a Teams meeting. Hopefully you found this helpful, and watch for further videos from Microsoft Teams and other applications you use every day.